And we're live. Welcome back, everyone. Craig here. So it's been a little while since I posted to this channel, and I've sort of rebranded and revamped it a little bit, and I'm excited to kind of roll it out for you guys. Um, it was previously called, I think, Simple Video or Keep Video Simple. I have since rebranded to YouTube Lawyer. It doesn't mean that my content is just going to be for lawyers, and in fact, it's not. That was sort of my dilemma. But a lot of the content that I make and stuff that I'll talk about are within the context of my marketing and video making as a lawyer. And anyone that wants to make videos either as a podcast or to uh, brand yourself or extend your reach, I think you'll find the information and content on my videos and other pages to be helpful. So that's why it's called YouTube Lawyer now, and hopefully you'll find some value. My plan is to start live streaming um, probably once a week, maybe a little more. And you'll see I have my green screen in the background. So I've done a lot of changes. This isn't my only channel. Obviously, I have multiple channels that I brand for my law practice. I also have some non-attorney personal YouTubing and podcasting that I do that I run within the studio. So the mic is probably different from what you've seen in some of the past videos. I'll probably talk a little bit about it. So I've kind of gone a little more big boy, I guess, if you will, when it comes to podcasting and video making. Probably the biggest change or biggest upgrade is I have a Roadcaster now, which I'll probably introduce you to at some point. Roadcaster is um, it's like the Cadillac of audio mixers. You really don't need it. I made hundreds, if not thousands, of videos without it. And so I wouldn't necessarily jump out and buy one unless you're kind of in the situation I'm in, which is I have a couple of podcasts slash YouTube channels where um I have a co-host and sometimes guests, and that's if you're just by yourself, in my opinion, you really don't need an audio mixer. But if you're going to introduce multiple people, and especially like my one co-host has a much louder voice than I do, and so needed the ability to adjust the audio levels. Um, and you can add sound effects and intros and outros and things like that. So it's overkill for most people, but I'm just letting you know that it's a change that I've made. It's probably why the audio sounds quite a bit better. Um, yeah, and with that, I've gone ahead and got a regular podcasting mic, which definitely is an upgrade over the what was I using? A Blue Yeti, which I still have. And actually, my go-to mic outside of the Rode mic here is my wireless DJI mics. Sometimes you'll see it; it'll be on my lapel here. I'll talk a little bit about that on future videos too. But so Streamyard is what I'm recording this on right now. I'm actually live streaming from Streamyard. Now I recently renewed it. Streamyard had a huge price increase. It I don't know if it tripled in cost, but more than doubled in cost, and it's pricey. And I gave consideration to going to other platforms and services such as like OBS. I mean, there's a lot of them. Um, and a couple of the reasons I stuck with StreamYard, at least for this year, I just renewed for another year, is for me as a um, busy guy. I mean, it does a lot of stuff for you, and it's constantly upgrading and improving things. And probably the biggest benefit to me is it because it's a cloud-based service, it allows my team. I have a virtual team in the Philippines and around here. that can access, set up recordings, download, edit, things of that nature. So if you're in a position where you might, if you're not there now, but you eventually want to add staff and VAs and things like that to help you, something like Streamyard is can be very valuable. I have found it valuable enough that I continue to do it. And it's kind of out of the box. I mean, there's some setup and learning to it, but I'd say it's sort of like using an iPhone for the first time. Um, it's kind of intuitive and it's easy to use, and so I continue to use it. It's a premium in cost, but I really am not interested in micromanaging the process of recording and adding screens, adding cameras. I do all this with pretty much just a cheap 4K webcam. I have some additional cameras. I have a document camera that I'll probably show you. It's something I use in trial as well, so it's a dual purpose thing. Um, I don't think you need to get too carried away when it comes to technology and video equipment and all that. So that's one of the reasons why I continue to use StreamYard is it eliminates a lot of um, expensive cameras, equipment, cords, video mixers, and things like that. So um, when you factor all that in, I think it continues to be a very useful product if you have the use for it. I do like to live stream, so I think everyone eventually should get in the habit of live streaming. I think it really allows you to increase the draw of your message, reach viewers. You get real time active engagement and feedback. So that's one of the reasons I do it. Is I do all my pre-recorded videos on it too for the most part, and it allows you to do that. It allows you to save it remotely. I'm sorry, locally on your computer hard drive. I often don't even do that. I just record it directly to the cloud, and then my virtual assistant can come in from her end, download it creates a transcript, an AI transcript, which she then takes and runs through some prompts we have in ChatGPT to generate draft descriptions and titles and things like that that we then edit. Plus, you can download the video. If you want to edit the video, you can download the audio only if you just want to use the audio for some purposes. I don't do a lot of editing. It's one of the things that I've really emphasized and tried to stay true to in my journey is to minimize as much as possible the editing process because number one, I don't think it's all that necessary for most of us, just small time creators. And number two, it really can bring production to a halt because um, you're trying to get it perfect, and I think perfect is often completely unnecessary. I usually just record a video live and I just leave it. I don't edit it. Maybe I'll trim the beginning and the end. You can do that very easily within StreamYard. It has some actually a pretty good editing tool where you can search by words and cut stuff out. Or you can also take stuff off in the simple YouTube editor if you want to. I really don't do a lot of editing, video or audio on my videos, and that's one of the reasons why I use StreamYard. Is it is it's got some features in place to do that if you want to make some simple edits, cut out some bad parts and things like that. So anyway, I've been revamping my main legal YouTube channel. I There's a few things that I did that were really good and a few things that I did that were really bad in terms of um I had some videos go very viral from my standpoint. And then I thought, okay, I had this figured out, and then I kind of wrecked the channel by doing I think I can't tell exactly. YouTube doesn't tell you, but I think what I did is I had tried to use the same video on a secondary YouTube channel that I have just devoted to a particular topic, and I think YouTube thought I was spamming. essentially the same video. I did different descriptions and stuff, but it's basically the identical video on different channels. And I think YouTube is punishing my main YouTube channel now because of that. Um, so I'm still working through that, seeing if that's the case. Again, with YouTube, they don't always tell you what's going wrong, other than you can just tell that you're not getting the views that you normally got. So I'm working on some of that stuff, but I'm really trying to change how I use my main legal YouTube channel, is not really focused on views and not and just it's been too broad. And I really want to localize it and make it attractive to people in my geographic region, because my business is such that uh, I can only help people in the states that I work in, and practically speaking, in the parts of the states that I work in. And so I'm moving towards trying to localize my YouTube channel, even though YouTube can be seen from by people from all over the world. And I don't want to get distracted by the fact that a video might get a bunch of views or new subscribers, but if they're not in the states that I work in, it's of very limited value to me. So that's something I'm working on strategically, on changing how I do those videos and who the audience is, and how I'm how I'm coming up with the titles and descriptions and stuff, to really try to focus on my local area that I'm trying to target for my business. So those are some things that I've been working on. This channel is primarily kind of the nuts and bolts and the how to of how to make videos, some stuff on tech, how to minor edit videos, and how to get those, um, how to make good quality content with the least amount of time for you, and to be able to delegate a lot of that to staff. That's kind of my philosophy. And so if you're in that place where you just kind of feel overwhelmed by trying how to do all this stuff, I really try to simplify it. Doesn't mean it's the cheapest, and in many times it's not really the cheapest, like, such as with Streamyard. But if your time is of value to you and you just want to find a path that you know will work, and reduces the amount of barriers to you being consistent, that's kind of what I focus on my channel, and the kind of stuff that I want to share for you, if you find my channel and my content. So that's kind of what's coming down the pike. If you find this and you have any specific questions or concerns or anything like that, leave a comment. My contact information should be in the description and probably at the top of the YouTube page. But I'm excited to bring this stuff to you, because I know from my own personal experience how overwhelming and debilitating it can be just trying to navigate this. And a lot of times the content that's out there is not really directed to us and the type of videos that we're trying to make. So I'm going to do my best to share my journey, mistakes I made, the things that I found that worked. I'm going to share all that with you, and hopefully you'll find that helpful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, but stay tuned for more videos, and I appreciate everyone who listens and follows along. And until next time, everyone, have a good one.